a terrific record overall, but what is it about the Alouettes that gives Zach Collaros trouble?
I'll tell you what it is. Winston Venable, Chip Cox, John Bowman, Kyrie Saber, Javon Johnson, Marco Bruyette. That's good defense out there.
No doubt.
Not surprising he has struggles against this top-notch defense.
And even with what Jonathan Jennings did last week, the Alouette defense #1 against the pass in the Canadian Football League. Out of the backfield, there's Sherman. And Sherman down the sidelines. So the newcomer, as advertised, a good receiver out of the backfield, and he's got some giddy up too.
Yeah, he does. Going left to right on your screen. And just running a flat pattern. They forget about him, and looks like Winston Venable just didn't give him enough respect. He's got his attention now, picking up a big chunk right there.
25-yard pickup. Final college game for Lafayette was played at Yankee Stadium, and he chalked up 304 rushing yards.
That's ridiculous.
Here they come. Collaros under pressure, got it away, and a defense who didn't have a catch until the final minute on Sunday in Toronto has a catch much earlier here tonight for 6.
Yeah, this is a good defense. Talked about him. Love that front. Alan Michael Cash napped him. We've already seen him in the mix. Bowman absolutely having another phenomenal season. These three linebackers can do it all. Barry Woods, you just saw in the middle. Venable and Cox chasing everybody all over the field. And this secondary, you got Ramon Taylor pulling in a corner and expecting big things from him.
We're told that Luke Tasker's gone to the dressing room for attention. 2nd and 4, pressure on and off the edge. They get home, there's Venable. And Collaros sacked for the 2nd time in this opening quarter.
That's Winston Venable's 5th sack, and I mean, he's right here. Let me see if I can get him for you, folks. Right there at the top of the line. He's going to come around the edge, untouched. Man, you don't have time to say your name back there, let alone throw the football where you want to. Untouched. Winston Venable as fast as he is.
And for the 4th straight game, it's a punt block against the Tiger Cats, and it's Deron Carter with the football. It's still going, tiptoeing down the sideline. Touchdown! What a play by Carter on the teams.
He's getting mobbed by his team right now.
Well, this has been an issue, and unbelievably 4th straight game.
Deron Carter right there. He's basically untouched, and his long arms, he got his right arm in there. Great timing, and he runs away from Maher. Right off the right side of your screen, watch his right arm. Oh, that's just incredible.
Got the great wingspan at 6'5", and he used it for a Montreal punt block. That's the first Alouette punt block of the year. But the Ticats' woes on the teams continue.
4 weeks is hard to explain.
Harrop adds the extra point. So a special teams touchdown has the Alouettes up, and a special play from Deron Carter to help silence some of his critics.
Jeff Reinbold's teams continue to have problems on punt protection as Deron Carter comes scot-free off the edge, uses his right arm right there, takes the ball off of Mahar's foot, picks up the bounce in one hop, does his patented stiff arm on a punter that can't tackle, and he's off to the races. Deron Carter getting it done in other ways than just receiving.
Another slow start for the Ticats. On the return, Vaughn gets picked up around the 39-yard line, and
29-yard return
heat on the Ticats offense thanks to Deron Carter's 6th touchdown of the year.
Yeah, take a look at the 3 blocks over the past 3 weeks, which is really unheard of.
Devaris Daniels, another receiver.
Yeah, that's just, these people are going to work on the Hamilton Tire Cats right now, right up the middle.
Brian Jones up the middle.
And these are oftentimes game changers right there.
Justin Hickman last week. So 2 up the middle and 2 off the edge.
And now rather than just prying on a team that is kind of shell-shocked.
Good hard run up to the 49-yard line, and he's got 8 to 9, and Jeff Reinbold back to the drawing board again.
Yeah, and there's nowhere to hide right there. It's like if you got burnt for 6 or if you threw a pick 6 as a quarterback and your teams have 4 blocked punts in 4 consecutive weeks, it's mind-boggling because you know those guys are working overtime to fix those things.
Second and about 1.5 yards. Third and 1.5 yards as Kyrie Saint-Bear.
Kyrie Saint-Bear just getting her done.
We're hearing from all the linebackers early.
Angry Bird just doing his thing. The top of the line, check him out right here. Can't get there? Get big. Get your arms up. Ooh, takes one low. Sherman goes low and cuts his knees out from underneath him, but the damage had already been done.
So that punt team will be tested again. Maher has time. Line drive kick. Logan steps up and he gets hammered before he reaches the 35. Aaron Crawford downfield first to limit the return to 8, but Rakeem Cato's got an 8-point lead.
This is the Hall of Fame game here in Hamilton. 5 new inductees, including the great James Wild West, 2-time All-Star, part of a great Blue Bomber defense. They won the Grey Cup twice in 3 years, 1988, 1990 as well. And I remember that great linebacking core that included James West down here at the end. Also the late Tyrone Jones, too, and Greg Battle as well. All 3 of you now in the Hall of Fame. So what does it mean to you personally and also to be part of such a great team and a great linebacking unit?
Well, first of all, it means that they got the stats wrong. I have a lot better stats than that. Somebody messed that up. But, you know, personally, I really wanted to play in Winnipeg because of Tyrone Jones. Tyrone Jones was the focus of all our really great teams. If I played with him then, that was just a great honor for me.
Yeah, I know we were just chatting. You live down in Atlanta. I'm curious what you tell people about the Canadian Football League. We all know who you are up here. Everyone in Canada knows who you are. You're a Hall of Famer in the CFL. But you go back to Atlanta. What do you tell people about the CFL?
Nobody knows me.
What do you tell people about the CFL and your experiences?
I tell them it's a really great game. It's a really place to play. It's a great avenue about us spreading the game. It really is. And I really enjoy still.
For years, and we talked about this years ago, for those who don't know, James and I, we both live in Atlanta, so we see each other every now and then. But people thought for years that you were already in the Hall of Fame, and that maybe was a big reason why it took so long for you to get in. What did you think about that?
Well, when Jeffrey Orchard called me, he told me, he said that's one of the reasons why. He said, well, we're going to correct it. And I thought it was pretty cool. But you know what? This was the right time for me, Milt. Right. This was the right time. So it's all good. It's not a matter of when. It's a matter of when, you know, when you're going to get there. Now's the time. It's been a great time for me.
Well, I'll tell you what. I thought your name was missing, as said, to see the other great Bombers in there. And we got that corrected in the Hall. We'll get your stats corrected as well, because we don't want anything to be wrong about the great career of James Wild West. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Pleasure
Chris?
to be here.
Wild said it all, didn't it? What a great nickname for... I can't believe you survived that era with West, Jones, and Battle.
I didn't.
Wow.
I may be still alive, but a lot of body parts are broken and lost out there on the football field because of guys like James West. James was just a beast. He's 6'4", 225 pounds, could go sideline to sideline. And when he arrived with speed and a whole lot of punishment. I mean, he's just destroying a runner back right there.
Started in Calgary. Look out, Damon Allen.
Oh, Damon. Gumby got small there. Oh, guess that's
Sapunjas.
That was Sapunjas. That's actually complimentary to James because he's not that pretty.
Doesn't matter
He was like Milt Stegall before Milt Stegall was Milt Stegall.
Once you're in forever, James West. You deserve it. Back into Hamilton territory. Shagir upended.
Little play action, three running plays in a row, successful, and then a little play action and finds Shagir out in the flat. I like it.
Good first quarter for the Alouettes, who have the lead in the football. Hall of Fame game here in Hamilton, and a visit from another Hall of Famer, another former Bomber, Doug Brown, when we return to the our favorite games of the year, and what a great class, and what an honor to have Doug Brown with us. Look at those numbers. 7-time Canadian Football League All-Star, top Canadian 01, 3 Grey Cup games, and I know that bottom line means a lot to you, that you only missed 10 games, that your durability was something you took great pride in.
We got that from Bud Grant. He came and spoke once at an event, and he said the most important characteristic you can embody as a player is your durability. So, you know, that was early in my career. I took that to heart, and you have to be a little bit lucky too, right, to not get injured all the time, right?
That's a lot of times in the off season too, getting things right and putting a lot of time in. Doug, don't be so modest.
And no surgeries at all, but let's move on.
Let's move on. But he caused a lot of surgeries over the course of his career, and I'm just glad that I was not playing when Doug was on the field, and he caused a lot of havoc. Doug, what was one of your favorite quarterbacks to inflict damage to?
You know, it was always somebody that you had on your team at one point, right? So it was a Kahari Jones, it was a Kevin Glenn.
Okay.
It was someone that you knew personally, that you had time with. So yeah, and it makes it more fun, right? Because then you have a relationship, and you can let them know how much fun it was when you got to hit them, right?
You're steamrolling, guys. That's your induction in the
Blue Bomber Hall of Fame.
Blue Bomber Hall of Fame.
You betcha.
Look pretty good.
That took a lot of material to make something that large, you know?
Stick with us, Doug. We got Rakeem Cato taking a big hit.
That is John Chick.
Maybe a future Hall of Famer. That's a Doug Brown hit from John Chick on the quarterback.
That's his 9th of the year. And boy, he is just absolutely destroying folks. And right here, doing his thing from a 2-point stance, which he's kind of getting accustomed to doing here in Orlando Steinhauer defense. He beats Jeff Perry around the edge and earholes Rakeem Cato. Rakeem's having a tough night with the Hamilton defense right now.
That ball for the corner.
You know as well as anybody, the two defenses out here pretty much identify their football teams and are solid and can wreak havoc. Defenses win championships. I know that. Did you feel that as a defensive player yourself?
Oh, for sure. I think you set the tone for your football team, and it's the attitude and the athleticism of those guys up front. You got two ferocious groups out here, guys that just get after it, and you just make it a trickle-down effect, right? You make the life so much easier for the linebackers. You take up blocks, they run freely. You get to the quarterback, your secondary, right? They get to ball hawk, they get to break on balls instead of worrying about carrying their coverage for a long time. So to me, it always started up front. Offensive lines, defensive lines, teams that are dominant that way, they do really well.
You're a great rugby player. When was the transition, and did you almost miss the ticket to the Hall of Fame because of another sport?
You know, I tell you.
There's Calero's first, has Bantus, and there's a big offensive play for the Ticats who needed one.
Yeah, that's a nice throw with timing. Drop 4 deep and 3 underneath, and they find a little zone. Watch the 4 people on the top of your screen just push back. You see 3 of them in there, and then find a little hole right over the middle, boy, right in front of him. Nice save there.
Threaded the needle there to Bantus. 21 yards, first down. That ball tipped and incomplete. So when did you make the transition from rugby?
It was just my first year of football was really as a senior in grade 12. So were it not for the fact that I could not get a scholarship in rugby, I never would have played football at all. It was just something different, and then I got a half scholarship to SFU. So I was like, well, pay for the books and see what happens. Never imagined I would be in front of the crowd, the kind of intimidating group that they had at the event last night. Unbelievable crowd, just the legacy of players there, the amount of talent, again, the best guys the CFL's produced. It's very overwhelming. Oh my goodness.
Who was your favorite watching as a kid?
Oh wow, well, I was a BC boy, so it was all Swerve and Mervin and the likes over at Empire Stadium, and yeah, there were some games I went to with
John
my dad.
Henry White, maybe?
All that old grass, and yeah, there was quite a few Lions. Swerve and Mervin was definitely my guy, though.
Well, we know Coop Quitlam's proud of you, and everybody in Bomber Nation. What a terrific year they're having. I know you're in the broadcast booth with Bob Irving and enjoying that resurgence.
And Doug, I will say this again, I'm glad I did not play when you were on the field, man. You're a pleasure to watch.
Oh, I appreciate that, Matt. Happy to join your club.
Welcome. We're teammates finally.
Single point on that punt from Brett Maher. Our congratulations to one of our favorites, Doug Brown.
Thank you very much.
Canadian Football Hall of Fame. tackles.
Angela Moscow, James West right there. That's Jay Carter on the left. Billy Simons on the right.
And here's Stefan Logan heading to the right side, getting bumped out by Brandon Sermons. Couldn't turn it upfield that time.
I think everybody knows that guy. Mike Pinball Clemens.
He might be the only guy who wore double blue that can get a cheer here.
He might be the only guy who's able to act like that 24/7 without drinking coffee.
Rodney Harding, congratulations, fellas. You deserve it.
That's a proud night for Argo Nation. 2008 pinball into the hall. Angie, 1987.
A couple of iconic players right there. People. So glad they're still with us. Pinball.
Second and 10, Adrian Tracy, but it's picked off, and Sutton brought down as Emmanuel Davis stepped up, and that Ticat defense starts to swarm.
They start dialing it up. You know, they've got a lot of different schemes, and they come from all different places, and they're just going to get after the quarterback. There's going to be a mismatch of people crossing faces, getting body parts, and opening up space and lanes and coming off and forcing you to dump it down to an area, anticipating that's what they're going to get done, and then they rally and make a tackle.
Fair to punt. Pressure. How did he get that away? Should have been blocked. Brandon Banks. Nowhere to go on the return as he is met and taken down by S.J. Hedera. But still trying to figure out how Will Smith did not block this punt.
Yeah, he got his foot
free. Wonder if we'll see Drew Willie or Kevin Glenn in their new uniforms. 9-1 here at Sherman. John Coleman the tackle as he closed down, but Matty, how did Will Smith not block this?
I don't know, first-year player from Texas Tech. He's unblocked, just going to come scot-free right up this hole right here, and he actually goes over the football as a personal protector. Marco Briat goes left, and he comes up empty. He's looking for it. He can't believe it. He still can't believe it. He can't figure that out. That was like a magic trick.
Second and 4, Caleros to the wide side. There's Tolliver, the red-hot Terrence Tolliver, beating Jonathan Mincy for the catch.
I call him 6'4" of goodness. Terrence Tolliver, LSU product, second year coming into his own. Basically over the last 6-7 games, climbing the ladder, going up big.
Well, 6 touchdowns in his last 5 and 8 30-yard.
He's come out here running out. Little bunch formation. He's out on the left. Just speed cutting. He's playing so far off of you. You don't have to move anybody. No stems necessary. Don't have to move anybody. Just snap out of your break. Ball should be thrown on rhythm. Like Caleros got it out there a little high. He went and climbed the ladder. Terrence Tolliver showing you that he's got a skill set. There's really second to none with this football team because, well, he's a big-time playmaker for him.
So 6 touchdowns in the last 5, at least 1 in each game. In the last 4 games, 8 plays of 30 yards or more. And he's a tough guy to bring down. Jonathan Mincy, who made the tackle, shaken up, and he'll have to come out.